Here's my notes.
Dash extension on this.
What's that?
So we were talking about doing a dash extension, but I didn't realize he already had vents in the middle.
Oh, but I think we should replace them all. That's on my list. So, let me open the hood. Obviously, I want your guys' input, but I spent a little time yesterday going through it and just jotting down some ideas. So I'll go through my ideas on here, and then you guys can bounce whatever you want to bounce off me. So on the audio system, obviously we do the new kick panels with the three-way nanos. I'm thinking of ways that we can add something that's a little out of the norm from just front stage and bass, because that's
because I've always had that question of mixing sub sizes.
I mean, I feel like we can almost get a pretty good sounding system even before we introduce the 12. You know what I mean? With some good sixes. So I was kind of thinking I was going to talk to Casey today because we got a call scheduled, but I was kind of thinking the hybrid 6.5s. And then doing them in a small enclosures in the back as part of the sub box.
Like vent pointed towards the open right here.
Because the lower you get, the less directional the frequencies are. So that actually makes sense that it can be behind you, and we can potentially use time delay.
Would it share the same volume as the sub box?
No, it's going to be it'll be processed through a DSP, even if we don't. And when I say DSP, one of the things I want to do is either bury a head unit under the seat or a DSP. Head units have a DSP in it, so we don't have to have a quote-unquote DSP. We can do some processing through a head unit. The reason I want to use a head unit is I want the high voltage pre-outs. I want like a really robust system, and then I just want to have input ports in the front, like for an aux in and a USB in, kind of like they did in the Camaro. I think it's worthwhile to have the head unit to have the control. So this is kind of cool that this thing has a factory speaker if you look at the top, because very few trucks in the 50s even came with stereos. Yeah. So it's a pretty rare option. So Tim and I were talking about doing a center channel. It's almost really unnecessary, but it's kind of cool talking point. Yeah. So we could do a little just bridge, like what I'm thinking about doing for the mid bass and the center channel is a 4.400 Morel just hidden under the seat as a second amp to run those two things.
Like our signature.
Yeah, like a really refined logo or something, and
with the laser or something.
Which we could literally that's a rare grill. Obviously, we would just take it off and he could hang on to it and just do something where we're not destroying anything, But it's cool that it has it.
Yeah, even if it's just for the show.
And then, the goals of the audio, obviously, is to highlight our product, highlight Morel, highlight really good sound quality. But as far as the rest of the truck goes, I think it kind of works to our advantage that it's kind of a patina style. We kind of just focus on all the positives, like you and I were talking a little bit about yesterday. Do a lot of like menacing red LEDs. And I'm thinking really minor. Like I'm thinking on interior stuff. Little stuff like I'll fix his dome light that doesn't work, but replace the AC vents. I think like Restomont Air has a bunch of choices of really cool. So here's some examples of like the Restomont Air AC vents, and they're already pre-lit. You can't see it on my print, but you can get them in different colors. So those light up red, and they have singles and doubles. Yeah, I was also thinking under the hood, we could do like an engine and coil cover. That's literally that company I found. It's called Special Ops Motorsports. They literally make ones that bolt onto the truck intake and the truck coils. So you don't have to get special coil mounts or anything. And we could paint that to match. This is mesh here. We could do like red LEDs behind there.
Yeah, I was going to say they match the air conditioning vents.
He's got kind of a janky mount for the intake that's literally broken. We can make a new. Did you see this? Like it's there and it's just sitting on it. Yeah. So like stuff like that we could do to just kind of improve it, help them out. We could do a nice looking one and powder coat it.
We could even, like if we were to do this, add it, and then we could cover that if we. But yeah, this line right here, we could literally just add two right there.
So you think there's two ways that we could do the vents? Like we could do.
Just had a pretty good idea. Hug them. Put your knee up there on the brake. Make sure you're not getting in the.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not.
hug them on the sides of the column.
Well, yeah, just because there's
That'd be
these
cool,
hard
and then-
lines right here, we can drag them out.
And then lose this.
And
Lose
same
the
on this
square
side.
Yeah.
totally.
Because it's not hip to be square.
No, that's a fact. Not in this truck.
Right. So we could kind of dual purpose, kind of trim the steering column out a little bit better at the same time.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of cool.
I don't know.
I mean, you just make one plate that encapsulates this, and
Well, like this door insert would be super easy to add either red to the inside or a white with black pleating.
Yeah. No,
Something
this
that's
is
not just plain.
this would be an easy design element.
Yeah,
right?
it's-
Maybe a white trim just to tie in everything else, and then did acrylic, an edge beveled like acrylic layer behind it with LED, so it edge lit white around it when you turn it on. Forward real quick. I want to talk about the idea I had behind the seat. I'm not going to talk about box design and stuff yet because I don't have a plan for yet. But see this panel right here? I also thought about vacuum forming a piece here that held like a toolkit or something, but the system diagram with lights in it accomplishes a lot, and for almost it's all digital work at that point. We just have it printed.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
we can use
So-
a laser to etch it.
are
And
you
it-
talking about like a diagram of like a map
A system diagram of the audio
with
system,
like
and then
colors
like
and
maybe
the wires and like really cool,
yeah,
really detailed?
and then like Morel logo, TPD, and any other if Resto Mod gives us some stuff like
So we could probably use the toolkit and that. If
True,
there's time,
yeah.
like
You-
right.
You're
We
good.
need to get the good stuff. And
But that would be a plan B, a cool truck, and it's showing off the products we want to show off. Plus, that's something he can take out and put back to the black panel if, at some point.
Yeah, this is kind of a little dream back here.
There's a lot of room, huh?
The little white with the wires. It's cute.
So you're thinking 2 amps, sub in the middle, and then the 6.5s on the outbound.
Yeah. I like symmetrical personally. I like 1 amp on each side.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Sub and port in the middle. Sub at the bottom, port at the top. Follow the contour of that.
this is going to be much easier to model.
Yeah, that'll look so cool if it fits in here. That'd look really good.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's cute. Yeah, I don't.
We need to get some of the cuteness out of it. We need to make it a little more mean.